Hey guys, Ajax22, and we're back. I had some interest in following up on these, so I'm doing a viewer request video on the pinfire shotguns that I've got kicking around. I know a lot of people are not into these. They're not in vogue or cool or collectible yet. You're probably wondering how that's not a sawed-off shotgun NFA weapon. Well, when the 34 NFA and the 68 GCA and most state laws based on them were written, they focused on centerfire and rimfire ammunition. If you read the definition of antique firearms, they specifically target, metallic cartridge, centerfire, or rimfire firearms. The pinfire firearm is neither. This was invented in the mid-1800s as sort of a workaround for the centerfire patent. Basically, they wanted, fixed shells, but they didn't want to have it struck in the center because that was, patent encumbered at the time. So they came up with this little system where a little pin sticks out the side of the shotgun shell and goes down into a primer inside it, which is sort of indexed in an anvil. You need a little tool with on a stick that go in there to reprime these. They're come in all sorts of weird sizes. They were popular mostly in Europe, although some of them made them into the U.S. And they were used for all kinds of things. These ones are actually, this has been sawed off, this has been sawed off, but these are period original Spanish howdah pistols, which, while they look, for all the world like percussion guns, they are pinfire shotguns from the 1860s. And if you're not familiar with howdah guns, you should look them up. They're cool. The howdah is the little basket on the back of the elephant that's used in a tiger hunt, and when they'd miss the tiger and the tiger decided that he was not having it, he'd go after the howdah. So the howdah pistol was sort of like your last ditch saving your butt gun. Probably snap your wrist pretty good in the process, but this is difficult with one hand on a shotgun that doesn't latch the mechanism back. Probably should do that first, and then there you go. But as you can see, it's pretty much just a percussion firearm lock work with a barrel mechanism on it that has a pin where the nipple would be, and it's a breech loader. But yeah, no, I actually have a letter from the ATF which states that these are not subject to the 34 NFA or the 68 GCA based on their priming system. They follow that up with saying that be careful not to convert them to something that has a centerfire or rimfire, because that would then put them under the purview and then it would be an NFA item. But regardless of age, a pinfire shotgun, even a modern replica pinfire shotgun, is not a firearm and not regulated. It's pretty awesome. Yeah. So if you, wanted to make a pinfire sawed-off shotgun, you can. Pinfires are really interesting price-wise. They go from, $5,000 or $6,000. Most of them hang around $2,500 each, and then randomly they will be $100. People just don't really have a standard for pricing them, I guess, where they, some guys have the book on how awesome they are, and some guys have figured out, just what these really are from a legal standpoint and how cool they are that way. But I mean, these howdah pistols, I think one of them was like $400. The other one was like $150. I think this was $150. This was $125. This was maybe $150. I'm a cheapskate. I like value, and since I'm that guy that's destroying a piece of history because he found a loophole in the, well, not a loophole, a expressly written exemption in the federal law. You know, you gotta get the toys that you want. Just to be very clear, these are not in California. California has rearranged their firearm laws a little while ago, and while these were legal in California up until that rearrangement, after that, the definition of short-barreled shotgun probably does include these. So if you have one in California, you shouldn't. And there's probably a number of other jurisdictions where the local laws would cover it, but not in Utah. Out here, the federal definition prevails. So this is, an antique firearm. I mean, these are all actual antiques. And as you can see, they come with issues. This one was missing one of the hammers, which, was really sad, but, didn't destroy too much of a piece of history in cutting this up. And, a long term, the plan is to take it and make a proper case for it, and ammo for these is expensive. It's really, really expensive. Yeah, if you want to get shells made, because you're probably going to have to get them made. They make kits. These are standard gauges, standard diameters, and you can, in theory, convert conventional ammo over to it, but I mean, to do them right with proper brass shells is, $25 a round. Reloadable, indefinitely, but yeah, not a cheap thing to shoot. Hopefully when they get more popular, because everybody should be way more into these than they are. And I know I can hear it happening, talking about these, but yeah, I'm sure the price on Gunbroker, there's not going to be any more $100 ones now, because you guys all will buy them. But yeah, they're just so cool. If you're wondering about the blue masking tape on the shotguns, this is how I do my paralleling for sawed-off cuts on these. Basically, you just wrap it until if you can wrap a complete circle around the barrels where it overlaps itself and there's no exposed tape, then the line will be parallel to the bore, and then you can just take a hacksaw or a Dremel or whatever and do your initial cut and then clean it up from there. But still trying to figure out exactly where I want these to be. Yeah, eventually I'm sure I'm gonna get around to getting some shells made and go shoot them, but until then I'm just gonna enjoy the having of a letter from the ATF that says that these types of firearms are not subject to the 68 GCA or the 34 NFA, which is awesome. I mean, these are treated exactly the same as muzzle loading percussion guns. Same provision of the law covers them. Not center fire, not rim fire. They are pinfire. Apparently when they wrote the law, they didn't know about that one. Which, to be fair, it's an obscure patent workaround that occurred for a fairly limited time and mostly in Europe. So, not on their radar at the time. Now, if you think about it, the interesting implication on this is that if only center fire and only rim fire are regulated, there's other guns out there that don't use centerfire or rimfire. If you look at the Voer Vec 91, I believe is the name of it, or the Daisy VL, you know, Google those. Check them out. There's implications there. I don't have any letters on those though, and that's the kind of thing that really, if you're going to do it, you should do it. File your tax stamp and then sue to have your tax stamp returned to you, so that you are 100% completely, you know, in the clear, because the ATF has ruled in the past that the Daisy VL was a firearm, based on absolutely nothing to do with the law, but they did say it. On these though, they wrote me a dandy letter saying, "Yep, nope, pinfire guns are pretty much not our business." So, yeah. I should probably put a link to the scan of the letter for you guys in the YouTube video. Just so you know. But, yeah, not actually an issue. Very cool stuff. Alright. Have a good one, guys. If you have any other questions, let me know. Bye.